Good afternoon, students. So today I'm going to do a grammar chapter in Azar. So without further ado, I am going to show you what I'm going to do for today. So here is today's chapter. So today I'm going to go over chapter 16, coordinating conjunctions. And so coordinating conjunctions occur whenever we have two sentences, two independent clauses that get to be connected by a conjunction. And so coordinating conjunctions connect two independent clauses of equal significance. And so here, one use of a conjunction is to connect words or phrases that have the same grammatical function in a sentence. The use of conjunctions is called parallel structure. The conjunctions used in this pattern, and, but, or, nor, for, so, yet, these words are called coordinating conjunctions. So whenever you have fanboys, that's when you have, that's for, and, nor, but, or, so, yet. And so coordinating conjunctions, Sam and his friend are coming to dinner. Susan raised her hand and snapped her fingers. He is waving his arms and shouting at us. These shoes are old but comfortable. He wants to watch TV or to listen to some music. And so you have parallel structure when you have noun and noun, verb and verb, verb and verb. Adjective but adjective, infinitive or infinitive. So these shoes are old but comfortable. He wants to watch TV or to listen to some music. So here you have parallel structure because you have noun, 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 adjective, 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 verb, 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 infinitive, infinitive, infinitive. Here he wants to watch TV or to listen to some music. So he wants to watch TV or to listen to some music. So that's called parallel structure because you have infinitive and infinitive. These shoes are old but comfortable. So here you have adjective and adjective. He is waving his arms and shouting at us. So here you have gerund and gerund. So always you have to have them match. Steve, Joe, and Alice are coming to dinner. Susan raised her hand, snapped her fingers, and asked a question. So here you have simple past, and simple past. So you have verb tense consistency. Here you have noun and noun. Steve is a noun, Joe is a noun, Alice is a noun. So noun, noun, and noun. So you have parallel structure when you have adjective, 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 noun, 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 in between coordinating conjunctions. And so the colors in that fabric are red, gold, black, and green. So here you have coordinating conjunctions, parallel structure, red, gold, black, and green. Adjective, 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 adjective. And so here, a parallel structure may contain more than two parts. In a series, commas are used to separate each unit. The final comma that separates or precedes the conjunction is optional. Steve, Joe, and Alice are coming to dinner. So comma, comma, and comma. And so here, you have the old man is extremely kind and generous. So kind and generous, adjective, adjective plus adjective. He received a pocket calculator and a wool sweater for his birthday. So here you have calculator is a noun and wool sweater is a noun. So that is also parallel structure. So whenever you use a coordinating conjunction between adjectives, between nouns, between infinitives, or between gerunds, and then it becomes gerund, 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 adjective, 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 noun, 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 infinitive, infinitive, infinitive. So everything has to match. That is called parallel structure. And so here you have the country was narrow, the country was steep, the country lane was narrow, the country lane was steep, the country lane was muddy. So instead of repeating country lane 3 times, you can instead make all the adjectives come together in a series and then combine them with a coordinating conjunction. The country lane was narrow, steep, and muddy. I like to become acquainted with people of other countries. I like to become acquainted with customs of other countries. So I like to become acquainted with the people and the customs of other countries. I dislike living in the city because of the air pollution and of the crime. And so there you have parallel structure, noun and noun. We discussed some of the social problems, some of the social and political problems of the United States. Hawaii has beautiful beaches, interesting tropical flowers, and interesting tropical trees. Also parallel structure. So here you have adjective, noun, adjective, noun, adjective, noun. So that's parallel structure. Mary Hart would make a good president because she has a reputation for independent thinking. So you have one independent clause. She has a reputation for integrity, another independent clause, and she works effectively with others, another independent clause. So when we write our thesis statement, we have independent clause, and independent clause. So that becomes parallel structure. So this is what I mean by when I tell you that when you write your thesis statement, you need to use parallel structure. So here I have more error analysis. Paired conjunctions, both and not only, but also or neither nor. Both my mother and my sister are here. Not only my mother, but also my sister is here. Not only my sister, but also my parents are here. Neither my mother nor my sister is here. Neither my sister nor my parents are here. And so when you have paired conjunctions, two subjects connected by both and take a plural verb. So when you have both my mother and my sister are here. So when you combine two subjects with the paired conjunctions both and then that takes a plural subject, because a plural subject, mother and sister, takes a plural verb. So that's subject-verb agreement. Not only my mother, but also my sister is here. So here you have two different subjects, and then each one is being chosen out. And so when you choose out a subject, then it's singular subject. So when two subjects are connected by not only but also, either or, neither nor, the subject that is closer to the verb determines whether the verb is singular or plural. So here here sister is singular. So it takes a singular subject, takes a singular verb. So here you have parents. So whichever subject is closest to the verb, that's the tone that the verb goes for. So here, my parents is plural subject, then you get a plural verb are. Here you have a singular subject, my sister, so it takes a singular verb is. My parents, so here it takes a plural subject for a plural verb. So whatever is the second subject of neither, nor, or but also, that's what the subject-verb agreement becomes. The research project will take both time and money. Yesterday, it not only rained, but also snowed. I'll take either chemistry or physics next quarter. This book is neither interesting nor accurate. So notice the parallel structure in the examples. The same grammatical forms should follow each pair of the paired conjunctions. Both noun and noun. Not only verb, but also verb. Either noun or noun. Neither adjective nor adjective. So that becomes, this book is neither interesting nor accurate. So here you have adjective and adjective. I'll take either chemistry or physics. So here you have noun and noun. So whatever comes before, the or, then the other two have to be parallel. So here you have, it not only rained, but also snowed. And so here you have but, then you have to have not only verb, but, and verb. So here you have all of the formulas. It not only rained, but it also snowed. So here you have not only, verb plus verb. Then when you have both and, then you have both Robert and John went to the party. So both takes noun and noun. So let's do that again. So both John and Robert, so noun and noun, went to the party. It not only snowed, but also rained. So not only verb, but also verb. Either John or Robert is in the car. So here you have either, noun or noun. Neither, it is neither, the book is neither interesting nor accurate. So neither adjective nor adjective. So that's something you have to remember. Both the teacher and the student are here. So both and. So when you have both and, that is a compound subject. So therefore it takes a plural verb, are. So both the teacher and the student are here. Neither the student, teacher, nor the student is here. You always look at the second subject to tell whether the verb is plural or singular. So here the subject, when you have neither nor, and not only but also, you always look at the second subject to tell if the verb is singular or plural. That's different from both and. Both and, the verb is always plural. But with neither nor and either or, you always look at the second subject to see if the verb is going to be singular or plural. So here, student, singular subject student, takes singular subject is. Singular subject student takes singular subject is. Plural subject students takes plural verb are. Teacher is, students are, teachers. Oh, here you have both. Okay, as soon as it becomes both, then it becomes plural. Both the students and the teachers are. Both the students and the teacher are. It doesn't matter what the subject is here. When you have both and, it's always plural. Okay, so let's go over this again. Neither nor, it's always the second subject that determines whether or not the verb is singular or plural. So neither the teacher nor the student is. Not only the teacher, but also the student is here. Not only the teacher, but also the students are here. Either the students or the teacher is planning to come. Either the teacher or the students are planning to come. Both the students and the teachers are planning to come. Both the teachers, both the students and the teacher are planning to come. Okay, so that takes a little bit of practice, but you'll get the hang of it. All right, combining independent clauses with coordinating conjunctions. So that becomes a compound sentence. It was raining hard. There was a strong wind. So it was raining hard. There was a strong wind. So that becomes a comma splice. When you have two sentences that run together with no period or no conjunction, you get a run-on sentence, you get a comma splice. And so you need to have proper punctuation. So example A contains two independent clauses, that is, two complete sentences. Notice the punctuation. A period, not a comma, is used to separate two sentences. The punctuation is not correct. So the punctuation here is not correct because it's a comma. So you need to have a period here and a capital T. Or you need to have a semicolon, not a semicolon, you need a comma and an and in order to correct it. So here they correct the sentence. It was raining, comma, and there was a strong wind. So this is a coordinating conjunction when it combines two independent clauses together. It was raining and there was a strong wind. It was raining, period, and there was a strong wind. So a conjunction may be used to connect two independent clauses. Usually a comma precedes the conjunction. In short sentences, the comma is sometimes omitted as in D. In informal writing, a conjunction begins a sentence. So I always tell my students, you always need a comma before your coordinating conjunction. And if you're going to write very informally, then you use and. It was raining hard and, period, and there was a strong wind. But normally, I tell students to avoid using the informal and at the beginning of a sentence. It's better to have a transition word of addition. So I would say, it was raining hard. In addition, there was a strong wind. So that sounds much more formal for an academic research paper. So in order to avoid having too many and in your sentences, I always tell students to use transition words of addition. We're going to study transition words of addition and opposition and consequence in the next chapter. So right now we're just focusing on coordinating conjunctions. He was tired, comma, so he went to bed. The child hid behind his mother's skirt, comma, for he was afraid of the dog. She did not study, comma, yet she passed the exam. And so I tell my students that every time you have a coordinating conjunction, you always put a comma before the coordinating conjunction when the coordinating conjunction joins two complete sentences together, as in a compound sentence. So in addition to to and, but, or, nor, other conjunctions are used to connect two independent clauses, such as so, which means therefore, for, which means because, and yet, which means nevertheless. And in British English, a period is called a full stop, and so, for, and yet have other meanings in other structures in British English. So here you have the teacher lectured, the students took notes. And so here you have two sentences that have no punctuation. So these sentences are wrong. So you would correct it as the teacher lectured and the students took notes. Eliza, but you're missing a comma. So you got to add a comma after lecture. So the teachers lectured, comma, and the students took notes. Elena came to the meeting, comma, but Pedro stayed home. Elena came to the meeting, however, or but, her brother stayed home. And then you need a comma and a but, otherwise you have two run-on sentences. Her academic record was outstanding, comma, yet she was not accepted by the university. I have not finished writing my term paper, comma, yet I will not be finished until sometime next week. We had to go to the grocery store for some milk and bread. All right, this is correct. We had to go to the grocery store for there was nothing in the house to eat. So here, for is used as like because. That's so British English, when for means because. So you would say, we had to go to the grocery store, comma, for there was nothing in the house. Mary or Kostas didn't have enough money to buy an airplane ticket, comma, so he couldn't fly home for the holidays. So we always use a comma before a coordinating conjunction. And so that ends this chapter on coordinating conjunctions. I hope that you appreciated or learned a lot about coordinating conjunctions and in this video. So if you have any questions, you can always email me. So